what was it about this opportunity, especially coaching in NFL, that appealed to you?
Yeah, man. In all honesty, had amazing experience. Alabama, 5 seasons there, and went to 4 straight national titles, and got an opportunity to go to the NFL. Didn't ever see myself coming back to college football, to be honest. And plain and simple, for myself, my family to come back, college football, a place I could compete consistently to win a national title, a place where we feel we could consistently coach first-round draft picks, and a place where we can truly go into any living room and be able to express the fact that your life is going to be a great life no matter how football works out, because of the alumni base, the connections here, the unbelievable resources here, at a university. So those three things on the table, and the icing on the cake with Coach Lanning to be a part of his expertise. That was it. So, and maybe a little something to do with my wife being born and raised from the Pacific Northwest, and her whole family, and being back out on the West Coast.
What did the past 3 years, what did you gain out of it?
Oh, unbelievable. Just, multiple Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville Jaguars, Atlanta Falcons, the leadership I was fortunate to be around, the level of play, the expertise, the constant growth. I love this profession so much because I can truly wake up every day of my life and know, not just holding the players accountable, but myself to improve every day of my life in this profession. So that was incredible, to be at the, literally the top of the game, to be a part of that. And so couldn't be fortunate enough to have that experience in my life. And now it's about, beginning the new chapter, which obviously we've already begun, and couldn't be more blessed and thankful to be here.
How different or unique are some of the simulated pressure concepts that what Dan and Kirby were doing and what Dave was doing, obviously Matt was familiar with, compared to, I know Alabama didn't do it as much, and now he's got Dave going to his clinic in a week. But how different are some of those concepts, and just different from what you were doing before at the college level, at least?
Yeah, I think we love simulated pressures. We love 5-man pressures. We love blitzing. We're gonna drop 8. We're gonna rush 4. So we're gonna be a versatile defense at the end of the day. Just the growth and understanding and what we did at Alabama, and I'm branching off Kirby. I think it's a collaborative effort. But what's most important, that where we attack this process, is not really who we want to be, who we can be. So, it's our job, and what I think makes a great coach is assessing the personnel and not doing something because your past system did, or, past technique, fundamentals. So that's what we're in the process of doing right now. So, and it's a blast. We're finding out who we are and who we can be, rather than who, we're not going to be the Atlanta Falcons or Cleveland Browns or Jacksonville Jaguars. We're not going to be Georgia. We're going to be Oregon, and this is going to be our brand of football, and we're building that together right now. We're in the process.
When you were in the league before, and as a player, as a coach, how much did that familiarity help with your decision to come back, and how much has it changed since you've been here?
Yeah, it's certainly a different level, a different game. I mean, it's the absolute best of the best, obviously, right, in the National Football League. So. But it is still football. The field's still 100 yards. The objects and the concepts are still the same. So a lot of similarities, a lot of differences. Coming back as far as major differences now in just the past 4 seasons, whatever that it's been, is getting used to the NIL process and adapting to that. And but at the end of the day, all the great sales pitches out there. Are you developing players? Are you playing an elite, offensive, defensive, special teams brand of football? And, what's your ultimate big picture goal? So I look at those things as the changes as more of bonuses, but we're representing one of the greatest universities in the country, some of the greatest leaders that have came through here. And, all that is a major reason why we're all here, to go attempt to go try to win a championship.
So how did that
inherit a talented group of guys at outside linebacker, DJ Johnson, Braden Swinson, to name a few? What excites you about the group that you get to work with here at Oregon?
Yeah, I think, love the fact that I know DJ was doing kind of a lot of things and sharing both duties and playing tight end and After evaluating the film, so the day we decided to take this job, that was certainly going to change, in my opinion. As long as the head coach signed off of that, I wanted DJ to play defense. So I think he's got the right mindset and mentality. Obviously, having to share duties and play both ways and stuff, there's going to be some stuff that we got to improve with him. And I've been really impressed of how he's attacked the process, especially the mental aspect of the defense and the concentration to go get better. This guy is on a mission to improve every day. That's obvious to me.
So Coach, Kevin McGee switching from wide receiver or from running back to wide receiver, how does a versatile player like him give your linebackers experience? When you're playing other really versatile players around the country.
Yeah, it's important. I think really to answer your question, that's the beauty of being at a place like Oregon. There's elite players, all over the field, and so I think when from a defensive standpoint, when we have to defend offense, if you're defending average players, you're probably not going to end up playing some average defense. So to try to we're going to try to get as many elite players as here as possible, and on the defensive side, when you got to defend those guys, now in this conference you're going to face elite players every single weekend, right? So you want to be doing that every day of the week.
Played against Oregon, you coached against Oregon from your time at Cal and Washington. How much has this program changed? Because when you were at previous stops, it was the Chip Kelly, the Blur offense, and this program feels drastically different. What's just kind of your synopsis of?
Yeah, I mean, obviously before coming here, I was an outsider, but certainly a West Coast and Bay Area, East Bay, Oregon was a place. I went to De La Salle High School, and there was a super strong connection there to Oregon during my career there. I highly considered Oregon. I think it's a national brand. Everybody knows that. This is the headquarters of Nike, and it is different. There is resources and stuff here that no other place in the entire country can offer. So I think that's always been known. That's kind of an obvious thing and a major reason I'm here. So when you're playing at Autzen Stadium, if you got a family that has the ability to travel, they're going to choose that game to go to, right? Because one of the few places that's going to be sold out every single weekend. So just like a recruit and as a coach, you want to be a part of the highest regarded brand of football, and that's why we're coming here and why we're attempting to not just do well and kind of not finish the way you started. That's hopefully what we can do as a staff and as a team together, is connect together so we can ultimately attempt to go win a championship.
With Jeffrey Bossa, obviously can do a lot of different things on a football field. What makes you guys feel like he best fits at linebacker for you?
Who's that?
Jeffrey Bossa.
Yeah, Jeffrey, he's explosive, so I think as he adapts to the defense, the versatility of the defense, we're doing a lot of different things that they were doing in the past. So you can see a guy that's, as he processes and starts to diagnose, his play starts to improve, and that's a really cool thing to see. I think it's a sign of a good player, that someone that can possibly make a mistake and then follow it up, attack it, and then not repeat that mistake. So excited about his future, and I think he's got definitely a chance to contribute towards our success. There's no doubt in my mind.
Do you want to look to try to experiment in ways to get Jamal and Bennett on the field together? Jamal probably at a field safety kind of spot in that way, or do you think that they just rotate because they're both skilled at the star spot? Or
I think it's our job, to get the best players out there, and we're in the process of assessing that right now. So, that's what's, again, our operation. You guys could probably tell if you've been to other places, is very different than most places, and it put, the amount of different drills that you're seeing and the different team activities that you're seeing. So we're in the process as well of evaluating, and that's what we're doing right now. So that's why you see different guys on different fields and different positions. We want to find out, who can do what role the best, and that's what we're in the process of doing right now.
When you guys earlier in the offseason were looking to add some of the transfers, what did Taimani bring to the table for you? When we see him today, he's working with the second team already in that spot, and given the injuries inside defensive line.
Been pleased with Taki's process. Really, his leadership skills has jumped out to me, and taking the reins there of, we want, especially up front, we want the alphas to rise, and I think he's working towards, that category, and he knows he's got some stuff to improve, but he's certainly shown the potential of, why he's had the success that he has in this conference already. And now it's our job to get him in the right place and try to create some one-on-one situations for him that I think, after the work that he's going to put in this process, that he's going to have a great chance to win.
Talked about putting players in different positions, and Adrian Jackson's one of those guys. Just your thoughts on moving him from outside to inside and just.
Yeah, I mean, one, it starts from a body type standpoint, and then, we try to do our homework, on every single guy. So it wasn't just, hey, hearsay, right? So we're watching every film that he had. We watched every single practice film, and then go back to high school. I mean, the guy's playing safety at times and in the back end and doing stuff where, showing some instincts and some great A to B explosion. So, and you might see him on the edge still. You might see him inside. So we're going to be moving guys around. That's, again, we're not a defense that just does, this is our front, we do one thing. We're going to be a versatile defense. And, again, that's our job, I think, to in the process of assessment, getting the right people in the right places.
What is the identity? What's the identity you want to establish here during the spring, Tosh? Like, you're going to feel on April 26th, the day after the final day of practice, you'll have had success if what?
Yeah, it won't be based off of mental errors, critical errors. We got to fix that, and we got to do that together. We want to end knowing that we have a relentless defense. And that we feel good about installing in defense, implementing our fundamentals, our technique, our schematics. The end of the day, before all that, we got to have a relentless culture here on defense. And that's something we got to take great pride on, and really, that's our goal. So when you turn on the film, we want to be known as relentless, all right? And so aside from anything else, I'm representing them, they're representing myself, we're representing an unbelievable university. We want to make everybody proud, and the way we're going to do that is attack and be relentless.